Also say to reiterate here that improvement plans actually cannot be implemented without the approval of the SMDI. In addition, core members can't be released from improvement plans without the approval of the SMDI, and they also obviously cannot be dismissed from the core, not only without the approval of the SMDI, but the SMDI actually does the dismissing him or herself. So that's kind of my role here, as well as training all of you all. SDs. SDs are responsible for, one, introducing this plan to core members. So it's actually the very first session that you deliver to core members. Is called Partnerships and Expectations. And it's basically where we lay out, like, the stakes are high for what we're doing this summer. The stakes are high for what we're doing over the next 2 years. And we have very high expectations for how you're going to behave, improve, whatever, succeed at the Institute, and here they are. And we definitely want to do it, again, with like the sense of partnership, but also really kind of letting people know, like, this is not, like, this is important, very important work that we have to take seriously. In addition, you'll review your school-wide data around improvement plans, so that'll include checking, like, you know, do you have a CMA that's actually giving out more concerns than another one? If so, is it because they have a different understanding of what requires a concern? Or is it that they're communicating, like one of them is communicating better, like their expectations than the other one is? Things like that. You'll also want to check for bias across your groups of CMAs to make sure that that's all good and stuff. Let's see, what else? You will also approve all of the content of improvement plans before they come to me. So CMAs will not just be like, hey Tiffany, here's my improvement plan. They will go through you, the school director, before they come to me. And you will also participate in the initial meeting with the core member. So when a core member gets put on an improvement plan, you and the CMA will sit down together. Sometimes I may be in that meeting too if we feel like it's maybe a severe case of an improvement plan that really requires a lot of additional attention, then I may also get called in. But generally you'll have those conversations. And then you'll check with your CMA once a core member actually gets put on a plan to make sure that they're tracking whether or not that core member is actually meeting the actions and goals that they set out for them. And then you'll also prep CMAs for difficult conversations that they might need to have, whether they be about actual concerns they need to hand out or conversations just around the improvement plan themselves. And then CMAs. CMAs get the bulk of the work, I think, when it comes to improvement plans because they work with their core members on a daily basis and actually have the best knowledge about what it is this core member actually needs to improve. So they record concerns ongoing, which we talked about earlier. They also meet with core members to discuss any of those concerns. So I should have made this really clear earlier, but anytime you note a concern about a core member, that core member has to be notified that you have noted that concern. So if your core member turns in their lesson plans late, you actually have to let that core member know. I just want to let you know, I've noted that you turned in your lesson plans late. Like, they have to know that you have noted this concern for them. And they also draft improvement plans with the help of their SD, and obviously getting approval from both of them. And then they check in regularly with the core member to make sure that they're on track to meeting the goals of their improvement plan.
Are we still doing the written notification along with the verbal?
Yes, we are doing the written note. You will do a written and verbal notification to core members. The verbal notification should happen obviously as soon as the concern is noted, because we want to give people ongoing feedback. And then I believe that the written notification comes on Fridays. Kind of every Friday, CMAs have the routine of like printing them out and delivering them to core members. The one thing I didn't note earlier about the data tool that I'll note here is that we're very fortunate this year, because this year with the data tool, they've kind of done some like revamping of it. So we'll be able to cut the data in lots of different ways. So you'll be able to sort it by CMA, by gender, by region, by race and ethnicity. And so you'll really be able to look at the data in lots of different ways. So this piece of like monitoring the concerns at your school will be much easier this year than it has